Welcome to 100 Yards of Football. If you like the video today, please comment and share it. I'll surely appreciate it. I'm your host, Vincent Turner. And before I get started this morning, I'd like to give special thanks to my very talented producer who's making it happen for me this morning, the very talented Mr. Jeremiah Long. So if you like the video, please comment and share it. Tom Harmon, one of the greatest college football players that ever played in the history of this game, from the 1940s. A very unique player and probably one of the most, I want to say, respected college football players of all time. Won the Heisman Trophy in 1940. Maxwell Award winner, Player of the Year in college football in 1940. The AP Athlete of the Year in 1940 and a consensus All-American in 1940. University of Michigan. His stats for his career: 2,157 yards rushing, 1,396 yards passing, and 6 touchdowns. He scored 33 touchdowns in his career. He also kicked extra points where he almost averaged 10 points a game. Played 60 minutes the whole game 8 times in his college career. His final game of his college career, which was in 1940, against the Ohio State Buckeyes, he scored 3 touchdowns, threw for 2 touchdowns, and kicked all extra points as Michigan defeated Ohio State 40-0. He also played basketball and ran track at the University of Michigan. But what I really love about the young man was that when you look at an individual, everything he touches turns to gold. That was Tom Harmon at the University of Michigan. From Gary, Indiana. And the water in Gary, Indiana must be really high quality and high level, I want to say, success. The Jacksons are from Gary, Indiana. The Jackson 5 lead singer Michael Jackson. Avery Brooks, the actor, is from Gary, Indiana. Alex Karras, outstanding football player at the University of Iowa that played with the Detroit Lions, is from Gary, Indiana. Winston Garland. His son, Winston Garland Jr., right now point guard for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Lloyd McClendon, one of the most outstanding baseball players that played Major League Baseball. Glenn Big Dog Robinson, that played at Purdue University, that played in the NBA with the Milwaukee Bucks. Fred Williamson, hell of an actor. Starting cornerback for the Kansas City Chiefs in the first Super Bowl against the Green Bay Packers. And legendary coach Hank Stram. But Tom Harmon set the tone for all these great individuals coming out of Gary, Indiana. But when you look at him as a football player, you got to think he was one of the best that ever played, especially during that time. The skill set, legs on fire, A+, as you see him right here on the screen getting ready to make a move. Leadership as a player, A+. Ballet dancer as a running back, A+. Cutter on a dime as a running back, A+. Change of pace as a running back, A+. Tough as nails. One of the toughest football players that ever played this game, A+. And the one key statistic that when I say tough as nails about Mr. Tom Harmon, University of Michigan, he had his nose broke 13 times playing this game of college football. Then he went on and played in the National Football League. His nose was broken 13 times. But this is what really makes me excited. And I hope our fans here at 100 Yards of Football know how special this young man was back in the days. After his college career, after his great college career at the University of Michigan, he was drafted in the Army Air Corps, and was selected as a fighter pilot. You want to talk about God is in this plan? This young man was shot down twice. Twice. His first mission, his whole crew died and he survived. And he was shot down again in his second mission as a fighter pilot, second lieutenant. And he was able to recover from that and went on and had a great career. Not from a football standpoint, but in a broadcasting standpoint. He ended up being a play-by-play man for the UCLA Bruins. He broadcast the first play-by-play of the first Rose Bowl televised on television. It's like a story out of a Bible. You can't make it no more than that. An All-American football player, a second lieutenant, fighter pilot in World War II, and then he raised a great family. His son, Mark Harmon, one of the most talented actors that's ever came across the graces of Hollywood, and ended up being a starting quarterback for the UCLA Bruins, who in 1973 upset the #1 ranked Nebraska Cornhuskers. You talking about a gentleman's life that God spared, that determined greatness. Tom Harmon is the epitome of a college football All-American and a true blood All-American in this country, the United States. And he played at one of the top 5 schools in the country, the University of Michigan. All I can say is it's been an honor today and a pleasure to talk about this young man from the University of Michigan, Mr. Tom Harmon, who set the stage for Tom Brady, Charles Woodson, Desmond Howard, Bo Schembechler, Mike Ken. Can I keep going? Jim Harbaugh, J.J. McCartney, Blake Corn. This gentleman right here set the tone. If you like the video today, please come in and share. We surely appreciate here on 100 Yards of Football. I've been your host, Vincent Turner. All I can say, da 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 da. Da 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 da. Go Big Blue.